Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to put this chair back together. I was in our public library and saw this broken chair. I know the librarian. I said something to her about fixing it free. I'm not charging them to fix it. I was afraid they were just going to throw the chair out. It is an awesome heavy-duty white oak chair, likely made by the prison system here 60 or 70 years ago. It used to be that, well, there still is a state mill that mills lumber for government agencies for projects. But they used to provide our prison system with lumber for building stuff like this, and then they sold it to government agencies inexpensively. They no longer do that. But it would be a shame to see this chair go to waste. I've already started piecing it back together. Normally what I would do, it's split here. I don't know if you can see it. It's split in here. And you can see it coming through this side. And then it is split, obviously, here. Normally if you take these two back, this is all very sturdy. If I took these two back legs off, basically disassembled it, it would be easier to put back together. Because this all is so sturdy, I'm going to try this way. It's got some pretty big missing pieces, so we're going to get it back together the best we can and then repair those missing parts and reinforce this bad split here. To do that, we'll put a spline through. I don't know if it'll just be a dowel or we'll do a thick, but we'll reinforce it in a couple of spots. So let's finish putting it back together.
Alright, I'm pretty sure you've seen me use this before, but it's just Quick Wood by J.B. Weld. I'm just going to cut a piece off. Make sure we have enough. I'm going to fill one of these voids as I put this chair back together. So all you do is take your chunk, and knead it together. You can see how it kind of has the, once those are together, it sets. So once we get this all one color, we're good to go. That looks good to me. We're going to put it in here. Because there is a pretty big void when this chair was broken. Obviously a few pieces were missing. So we are gonna fill those voids. I could cut a piece of wood, patch it in there, but in this case I am not gonna do that. Before that sets, I also need to put glue in, so I've got glue in my syringe here, and I'm gonna start gluing this. So you can see it. clamp that together. All right, we're gonna glue this side up. Just gonna separate this out so the glue can run down. This side is much more straightforward. It's not splintered all the way. And we have this missing piece right here. It's like a puzzle. We're going to slide this into place. Clean that excess up. Now this is the easy fix for this. This isn't, I mean, it's not a bad fix, but it's the easy one. When I use the wood putty to fill voids, you know, if I were doing a high-end piece of furniture, we replace that wood with other wood. I wouldn't use wood putty if you're gonna see it. Does that make sense? So, but this is a relatively quick, easy fix. It'll be a good fix, but it's for the public library where this chair is gonna go back and get abused. So I'm not gonna spend extra hours doing it as I would if you're gonna have it in your dining room or your office or something like that. All right, we'll let that sit and come back and see what we have when we're done. Okay, let's take some clamps off. Okay, you can feel ridges there still, but we're going to sand that out slightly. We'll darken this to blend with the wood. Have this down here. This actually mended up nicely. There's no ridge there at all really to speak of. So that all looks good. What I'll end up doing is putting dowels through. Probably here and here. One here and one here. Maybe another one down here. So 3 dowels maybe, 1, 2, 3, just to support that. And I'm going with dowels in part because you can see they have dowels in there. So while it'll be more than the other side, it will blend somewhat. So we'll get one in there, at least one up here, maybe another one a little higher. All right, and then let's see how this one turned out. So you can see where it cracked there. When we're done sanding that and blending it, I don't think you're going to notice it. As I've got that all sanded up, what I've done here is I've clamped on a board so I can dowel through here. I'm going to drill through this way. This piece on here is going to help keep the back from splintering out. when the drill bit goes through. Right? So I'm going to use this size dowel. So I've used my little gauge here so I know what size drill bit to use. Okay, that's an inch. I want to center punch this where I'm going to drill. So I'm going to go a 1/2 inch in. And that's where I'm going to drill. I'm going to put glue on the dowel. Tap the dowel in until it's flush. I'm going to let that set and then I'll cut that off. The purpose of the tape is when I saw this off, I just don't want to rough up the face of the chair any worse and have to sand out that roughness. There you go. And then all we have to do is sand that off, and I can even leave that tape on to sand a little bit of that. Just gonna smooth that off a little bit. I think that's perfect. We're happy with that. Now I gotta flip it over and do the other side. Okay, I've got the other dowel in. I'm going to end this video here just because I think it's getting too long. Thanks for watching, and watch out for episode 2. See you on the next one.